Hi everyone, I'm Sarah. Welcome to Medicine for the Soul. This is your second trimester squat practice. You'll need all your usual props. Let's get started. Welcome everyone to your squat practice. We're going to begin reclined just for a moment of quiet meditation. So grab your props and create your little setup however you like to do it. And come to lie back. Take a moment here. Place one hand on your belly or your baby and one hand on your heart. Relax your shoulders down and away from your ears. Close your eyes and just start with some deep breaths in and out through the nose. Seeing how your breath helps your baby. Maybe sending a loving message down to your baby. And as we get quiet here, let's revisit our visualization for our ideal birth. You can get as specific as you want. Imagining your baby coming into this world exactly how you want them to, with ease and comfort, with all the support that you could ever dream of. Continuing a steady breath here, in and out through the nose. Let's take one more deep breath here. And flutter your eyes open on the exhale. You can take your hands and push yourself up to a seated position. We're going to set our bolster or cushion aside, as well as our blocks. All right, and come to a comfortable seated position. You can sit on a folded blanket if you'd like to elevate your hips. We're just going to come into some seated circles. Nice big inhale and exhale, down, around, and up. So we're going to be obviously doing lots of squats today. I say squats, but really what I mean is just leg and glute strength, and just working those muscles in your body. Again, opening up the hips, all good stuff if you're planning to give birth. And reverse direction. You can switch the cross of your legs as well. Your squat practice will look different now than it does late in your third trimester. So we'll get into some different types of squats at that point. It's coming right up. Might not feel like it, but it is. Let's do one more in this direction. And come back up. And let's transfer to all fours. So your hips are over your knees, shoulders over your wrists, fingers spread nice and wide. And we're going to inhale as we bring our body over our wrists. Exhale as we come down and around almost into a child's pose. And bring yourself back up. You can place a blanket underneath your knees if this helps. While you're doing this, you can also just explore your movements. You know, maybe you want to move your head around. Maybe you want to wiggle your body around a little bit. Just kind of see what is feeling good for you today. Let's go this direction. This might be a movement that is helpful to you in labor. Let's go one more time in this direction. And take your knees wide. Let's bring it back into a child's pose. Nice deep breaths. Again, option for a modified child's pose if anything is feeling uncomfortable or you feel like you need to be lifted, is blocks underneath the forearms. And lift your forehead off of the mat. Walk your hands just slightly over to the left and place your forehead back down. And lift your forehead off of the mat again. Just a little over to the right, and place your forehead back down. Couple deep breaths here. Lift your forehead off of the mat. Come back up to all fours into a neutral position. We're gonna do some cat-cow. So let's inhale, beam your chest forward. Exhale, push the mat away from you. Give your baby a nice hug. Tuck your tailbone. Inhale, little teeny baby cow. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do two more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. Inhale. Tuck the toes. Exhale. Push up and back into downward facing dog. Fingers spread nice and wide. Maybe you want to shake your head out here. Maybe you want to pedal your feet. Really lift those hips up and back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Do a forward fold, bringing your feet a little wider than usual. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your knees bent slightly. And inhale, rise up, all the way up. Gaze towards your hands and exhale into Tadasana. And we're going to inhale, arms out in front. Exhale into chair pose. Pushing your seat back, looking down, making sure you can still see your toes. And breathe. Shoulders down and away from the ears. One more inhale. And exhale, Back into Tadasana. Inhale, arms out. Exhale into chair pose. Continue your steady breath, bringing your right forearm to your right thigh and reaching your left arm up towards the ceiling. Nice open twist here. Being mindful that your hips aren't swinging out like mine just were. And breathe. One more inhale. And exhale, back into chair. Bring your left forearm down to your left thigh. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale, gaze towards your hand. One more inhale. And exhale, back into chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your knees bent. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to a downward facing dog for 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Forward fold, knees bent. And we're going to inhale, rise up, all the way up. Gaze towards your hands and exhale into Tadasana. We're going to shift here so that you're facing the long edge of your mat. Bring your stance wide so that your toes are pointing out slightly towards the corners of your mat. And imagine you're sliding down a wall. So there's a wall behind you, your back is flat to it, and you're just gonna slide down right here. Let's not go too low. Let's keep it right here. And just see how this feels. Maybe try pushing your knees out a little bit. They tend to want to fall in. Let's just keep ourselves in check here. And breathe in and out. Come back up. You can bring your arms out. Inhale on your way down. Exhale, come back up. Still imagining you're sliding up and down that wall. And let's bring it down one more time. And let's stay here. And you can bring your hands to heart center. They can rest right on your thighs, whatever you're comfortable with. Maybe push your knees out again a little bit. And we're just gonna hang out right here. We're gonna lift our right heel off the ground and our left heel off the ground. You can come up a little bit if you're struggling. We don't want you to injure yourself or fall over. Stability over mobility always. Just alternate here, lifting your heel up off of the ground. Remembering to breathe. Let's do one more each side. And come back up. And let's inhale, arms out to the side, come on down. And back up. Imagine you're trying to pull your mat together with your heels. Inhale. And exhale, come back up. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, come back up. I lied, we're gonna go down one more time. And bring your hands to your thighs so your fingers are pointing down. And we're going to dip your right shoulder in and come back out. Left shoulder. Bring your squat to wherever you're comfortable with. If it's up here, that's great. If it's down here, that's great. Let's do one more each side. And come back up. Let's heel toe your feet back together, facing the top of your mat. Let's inhale, arms up, gaze up, and exhale, forward fold, keeping your knees bent slightly. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, hands to the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. Let's pedal our feet out a little bit. Give our calves a nice stretch. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bring your knees to the mat. Push your seat back into a child's pose, bringing your forehead to the mat. And breathe. And lift your forehead off of the mat. Come back into an all fours position. Inhale, tuck the toes. Exhale, push up and back into downward facing dog. Let's do 2 more breaths here. 1. 2. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward into a forward fold. Knees slightly bent. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe shake your head out a little bit. Inhale, coming into chair pose. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms out. Exhale into chair pose. Look down, make sure you can see your toes.